everybody, how are you? It's Riss. So today I am going to be doing my first video review. In all my videos, obviously, I give a little summary or whatever of the books. But in this video, I'm going to dedicate the whole thing to actually effectively reviewing the books. And I thought I think that a good way to start would be to go in and review the Addicted series. The Addicted series is one that I have kind of hot takes on, I guess. I kind of have mixed reviews about it, and the more I think about it, the more... It's not the more I don't love it, it's just the more flaws I kind of see in it. Everything I say, you're allowed to have your own opinion about all of this stuff. Having various opinions on different books makes the world go round. You cannot have a community of readers without having diverse opinions. So, if this is your favorite series, ever, period. I love that. I think that that's fantastic. It's just, there are some things that I'm gonna say that you might not like, and I'm not judging you at all. I would never judge a reader at all. This community is so freaking powerful. It's just, I got hang-ups, girl. I got hang-ups. So, yeah. So I kind of just wanted to walk through some of, my points and what I love and what I don't love, and whether or not I'll continue with the rest of the series. Oh, also, really exciting, I made up my own rating system because I wanted something fun, I wanted something to show my personality a little bit, so I will put it somewhere on the screen. It's basically what part of the house would you put this book in? Would you put it in the entry foyer so it's, defines your taste? That's what, when people walk in your house, you want them to see that. Is it living room, where it's you hang out in the living room, you want people to see it, it's a good book, or the foyer's limited space. The living room, on the other hand, there's a little more space there. Or does it go in the library, where it's just, good, fine, whatever, average book. Or does it go in the bedroom, if you know what I mean, and I think that, personally, I review a lot of bedroom books, so I think that one might be a common theme. Or does it get kicked to storage? So that's kind of what we're working with when it comes to my grading system. I will still be going off of the star rating, but, I just thought that would be a little fun. So I'm going to start by talking about, on a whole, where I rate these books. I give them a library rating. I know a lot of people think that they're, the most standout books ever, but I really do think that, I'm not going to throw them in storage. I think that they would fit really well in the library. I like them. I think they're pretty. I wouldn't not recommend them. It's just, there are some flaws that I can't really see past. This series is about. There are 3 in the initial series. Well, okay, not really. So, this is a 10 series long book series, and there are spin-offs of the Calloway sisters, which is the main characters' 2 sisters. It's really cute. They're all named after flowers. I really like that. There are these 3, and then I think there are 2 spin-off books, Kiss the Sky and Hot House Flower, and then I think it circles back to be Addicted 5 and 6. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen. Books are the ones I'm really going to be focusing on, but I'm going to go a little bit into the side characters later too, the Calloway sisters. I'll let you know if there are any spoilers. So these books follow Lauren and Lily, and Lauren is a alcoholic, Lily's a sex addict. They're lifelong best friends. Their addictions start getting out of control around high school though, and they start this elaborate scheme to fool their families and enable each other into being able to continue on with their addiction. So she would enable him being an alcoholic, she would hide the bottles for him, she would take care of him, when he was drunk, and he would enable her being a sex addict, and they would basically just not stop each other. As these books go on, they get feelings for each other, and things get worse and worse and worse, and it's scary. It's really scary. Addiction is really hard. Addiction is a very scary thing. They tackled addiction really well, I think, especially in the first 2. Let's start on the first one. So this book, I do rate a 5 out of 5 stars because it really stuck with me. This book was really hard to read because their addictions completely ruined their lives. There was no amount of love that could combat the addiction. They needed help, And I really thought that that was a nice thing to include, because sometimes things can be super romanticized, and I do not think that this book romanticizes it. Their addictions are just portrayed in such a painful way that is seriously reflective of how it is in real life, and the lengths that they go through to maintain their addictions are really sad. The one that I'm really going to focus on right now is Lily's addiction. I didn't know much about sex addiction really at all, and I honestly feel like sometimes sex addiction is misunderstood in the way that it's not taken seriously. Because they point out more in the second book how sex is a normal thing, and it's hard to put the barrier on sex addiction and having sex. Like, how does a sex addict have sex? Obviously, these books have sex in it. You want Lauren and Lily to have sex, and the sex scenes are good. They're, like, spicy. But for me, what really defines these books is not the romantic aspect of it. It is the way that it portrays addiction impacting the family members, impacting each other, and how through conquering your addiction, you realize a lot about your life and about what got you to this point. I think the message in these books are very clear, really well done. I honestly think that this might be the most accurate depiction of addiction that I've read in a while. And that's why I give this one a 5 stars, because I cannot stop thinking about it. When it comes to Ricochet, I gave Ricochet 4 stars. Ricochet follows, I'm not going to spoil it because I don't want to spoil this one, but this one is mainly about Lily. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my god, like, I'm kind of in it for Lauren and Lily. Like, I don't know if I want to read a whole book just about Lily, but it actually was a pleasant surprise. I think that Lily's a very strong character. She is so human. Reading a whole book about her and learning more about her addiction and her family dynamic was really interesting, and I think this book is necessary to read in order to understand more about her sisters and how that's going to progress in the series. So I'm still going to talk a little bit more about the positives. The characters have a really great dynamic. I love the side characters. Connor, he is in the first one. I love Connor. I really do like Reich. I think that it shows to the strong plot of the story when it comes to addiction, the fact that these side characters really, really care about Lily and Lauren getting help. I like her sisters, but I'm going to come back to them. So I've talked about the first 2 books. Now I'm going to talk about this book. This was low-key a struggle to get through. Like, I could even go so as far to say this is like a 2.5 or 3. It just wasn't for me. I thought it kind of was repetitive. I thought sometimes a very big plot point was completely just thrown away. There is a big, I guess I can say, stalker plot point in this book, and it gets just thrown away sometimes. It's interesting because they're like celebrities. Like, all these people are celebrities' kids, and having a stalker like that, that's a really, really big deal. And I just think that that was handled kind of weird, and the reveal of who it was just kind of lame to me. I hope I'm not offending anybody, but I cared about Lauren and Lily, of course. I really, really like them, and I really like the superhero aspect. I think that's really cute. Love to see how they conquer things. Them with each other and them healing each other through each other didn't get old, but it was this random plot line that I didn't really love. I just thought it was weird. I thought it was a little bit unnecessary. I think it could have been done better. It just didn't, it didn't seem like they were taking the stalker too seriously, if I'm being honest. As a whole, I think the series is worth your time if you want to get into it. For sure, the first one, for sure. This is so good. There should be trigger warnings on these books, though. Like, the depiction of addiction is really graphic. The fact that this one was so slow to me, and also there's something I really dislike about this book that I'm going to talk about in the spoiler section. It really fell off for me. And it makes me not really want to read Kiss the Sky. Despite the fact that the couple that Kiss the Sky is about, I really like them. I really want to know where it goes with them. I don't know. I'll probably give it a shot eventually, but this one was just so damn slow. I think they're worth a read, but I think there are a lot better reads out there The first two are great, this one's not. So I guess do with that what you will. I guess it depends on your own preference when it comes to reading series. I know for me, if I know that the series is going to get bad, sometimes I don't even start with it. It's aesthetic. I love seeing everybody's post about them. I think they're gorgeous books. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't know. I can only be honest, so I'm being honest. We're gonna get into the spoilers, so if you don't want to see the spoilers, I will say goodbye now. I love you. But yeah, there are some... I'm gonna name drop real quick. I really don't want to get shitted on, because I haven't given it a chance yet. Maybe I'll do a reading vlog for it or something. But I'm like, arms distance. I really don't like Daisy and Reich. I really, it's like, he meets her and he's like 21 and she's 15. She's 15! And he's talking to her about how to fucking, like, orgasm during sex. She's fucking 15 years old, dude. Like, what is wrong with you? And, like, in the book they kept saying, like, doesn't look 15. She doesn't look 15. She's a model. And I like how he's helping her with her eating disorder, and I know it's a big thing in the next one. But, like, God, like, she's 15. And this dude is supposed to be, like, sexy and, like, you know, like, can get all the ladies he wants. Like, my thing is, I have read some taboo age gap romances. In dark romance, I have read books where it starts out the girl's 17 and then she turns 18. I've read dark romances where the girl is 17 the whole time. But the thing is, with dark romance, right, it's self-aware. Dark romance is not to be taken seriously. Like, dark romance teaches me, personally, a lot of lessons about empathy and love and what it means to conquer trauma. Dark romance can teach you a lot, but it's not supposed to be taken seriously. Like, you don't want to be kidnapped. You don't want to have a stalker. You don't want to be 17 having sex with a 30-year-old. You don't want that, you know? The whole point of dark romance, the point is to take these things that should never happen in real life that do unfortunately happen, and you're supposed to take them and take the power back and learn lessons that are learned in real life, but through these dark elements that are not reflective of what you want in real life. It's not supposed to mirror each other. Like I said, you don't want to be kidnapped. You don't want to have that big of an age gap when you get kidnapped. When you have that big of an age gap, those are serious issues that seriously can traumatize someone in real life. But then when you take that and use it in dark romance, it's of the genre. That's the whole point of it. That's why I love dark romance so much, is because that's the entire point. But then when you add that into something like this, it's a little off balance, and it seems like you're making an excuse for that type of behavior, you know? These books are so close to mirroring reality with the family dynamic, the addiction, with everything. It mirrors reality really, really closely, and I think throwing in an element like that to a contemporary, almost realistic series wasn't really a smart move. And the fact that she's 16 now, and in this book he is just like thirsting over her, and it's like he thirsts over her, and then Lily and Lauren are like, stop, and then he thirsts over her, and then Lily and Lauren are like, stop. Like, it's just weird to me. I don't know. It would be one thing if there was maybe some sparks and then she turns 18 and then they start getting together. Like, that would be one thing. But it's not that there are sparks, it is him literally telling her how she should fuck guys. So that's kind of my really big hang up. I just think the tone of including that is a little strange. But I will give Kiss the Sky, which is about Connor and Rose. Oh, love Connor and Rose. I don't have a bad thing to say about Connor and Rose at all. I just don't love preppy guys, but that's like a personal preference. I'll give them a chance, like, for sure. But I just think that that's my one really big hang up. I just think the tone is weird. But anyway, I hope that this wasn't too harsh, and obviously everybody's entitled to their own opinions. You are allowed to believe literally whatever you want to believe. It is a book, and I'm not judging anybody. A lot of girls love Reich and Daisy on Bookstagram, who I'm friends with, like, and maybe I need to actually give the book a chance, but there's a lot more I want to read right now, so I'll have to circle back, unless you guys really want to see it. But anyway, so that was my little rant library books. I hope that this was like good. I don't know, but I think my rating system is kind of fun, and I love you guys so much. I feel like whenever I get on camera, it's just like a breath of fresh air, and I can just talk about all these books and talk to people who care about these books. But anyway, guys, I love you so much. I love you. Bye.